Hey, Stock Bros, welcome back. Today we're covering NGA North Genesis Acquisition. Okay, North Genesis Acquisition is a SPAC and it's planning to merge with Lion Electric. Lion Electric is an innovative manufacturer of zero-emission vehicles, specifically all-electric school buses, minibuses for special needs, urban transit, as well as urban trucks. This is an interesting space because of the fact that they're going to create this utility, which is trucks for EVs, EV trucks, a segment that has gotten a lot of attention, especially from one of the biggest companies on earth, Amazon. Amazon has placed a firm order for 10 Lion 6 e-trucks from a Lion Electric. This article is dated January 11th, 2021. As well as interesting points here, Lion has said there's 300 orders for up to 6,000 vehicles at the merger announcement for 2021. The manufacturer projects revenue of $204 million on 650 units sold. For 2023, the revenue of $1.6 billion on 7,580 units sold. There's an interesting point here that says Amazon will be given the option to purchase Lion Electric common stock and warrants for additional shares to such an extent that Amazon may own up to 20% of Lion Electric in the future under certain conditions. So that's interesting. One of the biggest companies on earth is a big purchaser from this company and will have a stake in this company in the future. So move on to the next segment here, an interview that took place with Lion Electric's CEO and founder, Mark Bernard. And turn on the audio for this and we'll give it a listen because it could be very informative and impactful for your next decisions on this company. And I'm just going to leave it to the experts to talk about, and then we'll discuss after.
We think we're very well positioned for the future.
And Chris, maybe I can just add on Mark's and follows into his question earlier, why a SPAC versus an IPO? That first mover advantage they now have the financial and market resources to make sure they stay ahead. And I think it was an incredibly insightful decision on Lion's part to make sure they preserve that first mover advantage.
Awesome. So I got a question about sales, marketing, and distribution. So what kind of plan does Lion have in place, for those three items? And is that something that you're looking to build out as you ramp up production here in the next couple of years?
Sure. Well, Chris, you have to make sure you're selling the right product. And being in that field, for so many years now, I think, it's giving us a major advantage, like the first mover advantage, like Ian was saying. But, some people, they are getting to know now that we are selling already 7 electric vehicles right now, 4 electric trucks and 3 electric buses. So most of the customers, they are coming to see us and they want to see a full lineup of products. And this is, something they like. Also, you probably saw that we are selling direct to our customers. And basically, in the EV space, you need to make your money up front, right? So there's no room really, for the dealer's margin in everything that we're doing. Selling direct, also making sure that all the knowledge that we've gained throughout the years, will benefit to the customer at the best price. And this is what we're doing.
Yeah, perfect. This is where I would want to jump in. This is actually one of the questions that I had. And you just mentioned the 7 models that you have right now, but I'm looking forward towards the 8 models mentioned for 2021. Can you let us know a little bit more about these models and how did demand come for these products? Is it mainly focused on more the school bus side, or are we looking more at the delivery side?
It's a mix of both, Mitch. I mean, it's really, being on the school bus side, it's really giving us, a major advantage because you probably know that underneath a Type C school bus, it's a Class 7 truck chassis. And, going from the Class 7 truck chassis, it was like almost a natural segue to the electric truck. And this is why, we're able to go so fast because we're always starting the development of the other vehicles from the same platform. So it's like, some people will call that the skateboard. So we always start, from the same skateboard that we adjust from one platform to the other. So you're absolutely right, Mitch. Very exciting things, coming up within the next 2 years. And also next year, you're talking about the Lion 5. We're talking about the Lion 7, We already have the all-electric refuse truck. The bucket truck is coming in next year as well. Very, very exciting. In 2022, I mean, we also have the electric ambulance, which you know, a lot of people are expecting. And next year, I mean, we will be coming out also, you know, with the Type D electric school bus, which is the flat nose, you know, for a full lineup of products. So, you know, on the truck side, it's really class 5, 6, 7, 8. And also on the class 8, you do have the class 8 tractor, full electric, you know, always for urban usage, and the full lineup of school buses.
Perfect. I'll let Chris jump in here with a great question that he has.
All right. Yeah. So I want to talk about one of the big stories for 2021 and kind of going forward. So I'll let Mark hit it first, and then I'd love Ian's comments as well, since he has, you know, experience in the energy sector. So we have a new administration coming in the U.S. With President Joe Biden. So very friendly towards electric vehicles and clean energy. You know, there's been calls for, you know, a large number of electric buses. So, you know, what does this mean for Lion Electric? Can there be several players in the market? And what's kind of the goal in terms of market share for Lion Electric?
Chris, it means a lot to us. I mean, we were already doing very well without, you know, all those subsidies, you know, that are coming to play right now. And, you know, the total cost of ownership is a big thing in the EV space, because if the total cost of ownership works without any subsidies, I mean, you're in pretty good shape. And this is, you know, on the truck side especially, I mean, this is exactly the case right now. Without any subsidies, the total cost of ownership works pretty well. That being said, I mean, obviously, you know, getting some subsidies at the beginning will, you know, help the challenge of the higher selling price at the beginning. So it's always good to get, you know, those subsidies. So going back to the Biden administration, you know, that they are looking at, you know, financing the replacement of 500,000 school buses. At the beginning, they said over the next 5 years, maybe it's going to be over the next, you know, 8 years that we are hearing now. But this is the whole fleet of electric school buses in the United States. And also, this is one of the reasons, you know, for Lion to manufacture, you know, over 20,000 units a year in the United States. So a lot of them, you know, could be school buses. Some of them will be electric trucks as well. In addition to that, I mean, obviously, they are talking about, you know, putting in some money and investing significant amount of money in the EV space in general. So this is very, very exciting. And you might know that the same thing is happening on the Canadian side as well. So on the Canadian side, you know, not at the same level. It's always, you know, a 10-to-1 ratio on the Canadian side. But, you know, they are talking of putting in, you know, new subsidies as well. You probably heard that, you know, in the province of Quebec, there's a lot of subsidies right now, you know, for the school buses and electric trucks as well. Same thing in BC. This is very exciting.
All right, and then Ian, comments from you on the Biden administration and the, you know, the focus on clean energy and electric here.
Well, aren't we at such an incredibly exciting time? And to me, it feels very much like where we were with renewable energy a few years ago. We've actually crested the point, as Mark mentioned, where subsidies are great. But the fact of the matter is, the economics are driving the penetration of EVs, and particularly in the commercial trucking space. And so we're obviously, supportive of administrations that see the light in terms of sustainability. But candidly, this movement, the electrification of commercial trucking, is going to happen almost independent of administration. So and one of the things that I'll just mention that I'm personally excited about, and Mark touched on it, is this whole idea of we're at the nexus of cheap renewable energy, electric vehicles, and you can imagine this whole sustainability trucking as a service. This idea that companies can get their products to their customers and shipped around in a way which is green all the way through, and obviously that's something that totally resonates with me.
To some questions here. You know, some of the things that I like to focus on are like the underlying asset and what's really behind the company. So can you tell me a little bit more, Mark, about the proprietary technology that you guys have?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of that. I mean, everything. Well, you might know that we are already manufacturing our battery packs. And we started doing that like over 7 or 8 years ago. And we're starting, you know, from a module that we are buying from a third party, and then, you know, we built and developed everything else around it. You know, the battery management system, the BMS, the thermal management system, the BTMS, the heating system, the cooling system into our own battery packs. So this is, this is one thing we're doing. Also,
The partnership in the batteries.
absolutely, I think we're going multi-sourcing in almost everything we're doing because we have to de-risk what we are doing. And one of the risks of electric vehicles going forward, let's say in the next 2, 3, 4 years, is obviously the supply of batteries. And this is the reason why we are doing multi-sourcing. So one of the sourcing obviously is the Lion battery. The other one is the deal we have with BMW, where we are using the BMW i3 batteries that we are coupling together in high voltage for some of our electric trucks. Also, you probably heard that we got into a partnership with Romeo Power.
Based on what we've just watched and heard, Lion Electric is making big moves in the States and Canada. They have orders. They're with Amazon. They have partnerships. I think this is a strong company. It's a big company. If it's good enough for Amazon, it's good enough for me. But they have a lot of orders in, and they've locked in some sales. So that's it for me, Stock Bros. Good luck. Happy investing. Please share, like, and comment below if you think this is a good investment for you too. Take care.